on the T side.
I like what Yanko said. A switch was flipped for this Cloud9 team. That confidence win yesterday infused from the quarterfinal over the best team in the world, over the major champions in FaZe. That's going to be an infusion of attitude into this team. And we'll see if Big can handle it. They need to put a stop to them very quick early on, or this might just steamroll out of their control.
Well, Cloud9 taking their time, settling into this one. No straight play out of spawn just yet. Axel starting to filter his way through middle. Searson will play from divider.
He has no one behind him either. If Searson goes down quick, and he's not peeking any deep angles, they're in trouble. But they move, they rotate down, they rotate away from the A bomb site. Tizian has just been brought back up to support Searson, but that's the wrong side of the map. This door opens, it's the sound cue. This hit shouldn't slow down.
And Hobbit is running forward. Garner in some control, but the first kill will go Big's way. Crimbo's turn. First time in the big stage for Crimbo. We'll see if he's able to get something done with it. The dual Berettas go to short. Shiro and Inters pulling the kills back. Cloud9 into the better position for this pistol. In the smoke, Crimbo waits. Look at the spot he's found himself in. Crimbo coming out, but Axel with the double. It's on to Tizian in the 1 versus 2. Coming back in with a drop down. Slipping his way forward, catches out Nafany, but Cloud9 will pick up the first round of the semifinals.
Yeah, finding the important kills every step of the way. Cloud9's there for the reply. That hit actually, it wasn't as quick off the contact, off the give up with that door opening. They actually took the long route all the way around to Monster. Make it work. Good kill from Inters here. Good kill from Axile, obviously a double. And Big couldn't hang on. 1-0 for Cloud9.
Well, the rifle's out for Cloud9. Not much resistance going to be coming in terms of the purchase here for Big. Just a few pistols, a little bit of utility across the board, but Cloud9 should be taking the second relatively easily. It's important they get a good start here. It's unknown territory for a couple of the players. All right, Hobbit turns around. Tizian's head no longer attached, and the rest of the squad now moving their way through. Solid stuff from Cloud9, but it is interesting to hear from them how they're really enjoying the crowd aspect. I don't think this team has ever been in a position where the crowd has been on their side.
No, it really hasn't. And I mean, that was a topic that we had behind the scenes in the green room last night. And I was like, I don't know if it necessarily helped them out so much, but I have never seen bigger smiles on these players' faces as they walk through the crowd today. That's got to be such an uplifting experience for them. Yeah, exactly. 2-0.
Big bind up. It's not going to be the cleanest buy for the Germans. It's FAMAS and a scout in there alongside the A1S, but that means they can get some extra utility.
Two-2-1 opening for Cloud9. Nafany and Inters underneath. Shiro and Hobbit towards playground. That's just to get Hobbit in towards position. Shiro's going to back away. Axile manning position towards the B bomb site. Patiently waiting out these smokes. Remember what .B said, they slow down, they play a tricky game. You know they're going to be paused across the map, but it never feels that way in the server. There's constantly a feeling of uneasiness playing against a team like Cloud9.
Clearing out bathrooms close. Utility deployed from either side. Just over a minute left on this clock.
2 MAC-10s as well. Hobbit and Nafany are going to be able to create a lot of space for Cloud9 when they eventually do pull the trigger. Hobbit out towards long for the moment. Nafany in position to rotate between the bomb sites. This defense is going to be tested. Favin and Tizian, the initial defense at B.
Here they come, Cloud9 getting ready to walk through the monster tunnel. Axel going to be the front player on this charge forward. 35 seconds. Axel begins his movement in towards the site. Favin's going to hold first. Tizian on the follow-up. It's starting to crumble here for Cloud9. And that's what you want to see out of Big. Getting on the board early, it feels like. Just 20 seconds away. Cloud9 separated with the 2 remaining players and no closer to even bringing down a single player for Big. Finally, that'll change. Hobbit on the other one. 15 seconds now to leap towards the site. Need another pick here soon, and Hobbit, he's got it. Now they have to think about the plan. The bomb needs to go towards the site. Shiro goes for the fight, and the bomb is loose. Cloud9 start to recover, but it's Big to snatch there first.
You know, it's okay for Cloud9. I actually think that idea was right there. I think that idea would have worked. A little bit mistimed, I think, with the come through of the smoke with the MAC-10 on Nafany. And this hit here from Exile, just a little bit late. They're able to take those 1v1. If that's coordinated better, that's probably a successful hit. But regardless, in a 2-on-5, you find 3 kills, you take money away. That's not the worst outcome in the world in a loss for Cloud9. Op is going to be picked up on Shiro. Money still not good for Big, although actually they had some cash. 2 players are going to be on MP9s. They might have a misread of the situation.
Shiro, missed shot to open things up. Well, no doubt there's a big creek gun in play at least. And Crimbo just unleashing through the tunnel. Comes in with a pick, at least damage. Tapson was the player that stole it away. And Favin will assist, so big up a player. And Tapson continues to try and force the issue inside of the smoke. Shots rattling through. Hobbit knows, but he's tracking. Tapson hasn't been able to find him, and Tapson unleashes the bullet right to the intended position. Inters removes his teammate, but Tapson is buying time. And finally, they've dealt with the nuisance that is Tapson, and Inters will double up.
Oh, Tizian got pulled into that. He wanted to trade oh so badly. Inters is going to hustle into the B bomb site. Smoke down. Plant's going to be free. Plant's going to be safe. And Shiro's still waiting to see if the flank is going to come in or if the aggression is going to, the retake is going to come from the CT spawn position. Searson up over the top in a 1v2.
No Kit on its back. He has got a smoke, though. Has to move quite swiftly. Kit is down towards Monster's side. Quite a walk to get that back. But if we buy him a few extra seconds, Searson peeks out, catches Shiro alone on short. 1 kill's come through. Searson looks to apply some pressure, but a smoke! And Searson straight away. An early clutch for Big in the 1 versus 2.
I don't know what Shiro was looking at. That might not have been the play. Way overexposed out in the open, and they've missed an opportunity in this round to really break Big early. Gonna have another opportunity in the next round. This is a good win, a good mid-round execute on the aggression through both tunnels from Big. And Searson with an important clutch. Inters thinks he's gonna run for the defuse, and it's the other side of the pillar that's his undoing. Cloud9 going to reinvest. They know it came down to just 1 player. This is a massive round for both of these teams in terms of the economy, in terms of the early momentum and early control. Big need to silence this crowd. They need to silence Cloud9.
And they can do it in this round. Put him down to nothing. Hobbit's taking some quick control in water. Cloud9 not a team that will react quickly at the beginning of rounds. Methodical. But that's a quick opening. Favin takes out Axel.
Yeah, you hate to see that. And this is Cloud9's only option. No presence elsewhere on the map. Tapson knows it. He's pushed up towards Fountain. He's got all the information over for his team. He shrunk the map for his squad. The remaining 4 players of Big are here to defend. And only flashbangs for Cloud9 to use. No smokes.
Minute left. Cloud9 trying to filter their way back up through the connector. Shot made there. That's going to draw Tapson. He's going to play up towards the party. They won't be able to see him in this position right now. Clearing out Fountain. They've actually slipped on by. Tapson hasn't caught them. And now turns back, and Tapson quick to the headshot.
He didn't spot the other player, though. He didn't spot the bomb. Inters still has a chance. He's going to hear the sound cues. He's going to hear the footsteps. He's on the hunt.
Because of the sound, Inters has the advantage. He has the up on Tapson in terms of this fight, but the time, it is starting to tick here for Cloud9, and they haven't really gained any control. If they try and barrel back into B, look how many players are there right now. It just doesn't look likely anything can happen of this, especially with that pick from Searson. It's going to be the save call for Cloud9.
Yeah, this round is busted. That opening kill had huge impact. That slowed down Cloud9 massively in what they wanted to be able to do. Just no access into the B bomb site whatsoever. And Big are able to just win an easy one. Grind it out. Cloud9's gonna have 2 AK-47s to play with, a few flashbangs.
It's a living processor. T-side timeout, Cloud9 having to take it early. Really started to filter out. No way to pull it back, but that man speaking on the screen, we've heard already how much respect this team obviously have for Top B, how he's filling them with confidence coming into this stage of the competition. And Top B an Intel Extreme Masters holder himself.
It's the same, 2 very strong coaches behind each squad, and Gopi obviously known for his knowledge of the X's and O's of Counter-Strike. He's had a lot of meta-defining impact on Counter-Strike over the years. Gets a chance early to talk to his team. outlasting and overcoming the early push from Cloud9 out of the pistol. It's 3-2 in the favor of Big coming out of the first time out.
Taps in, control taken up towards Party early. That nade is going to do a lot of damage onto Nafny, down to 42. Cloud9 do not mind just slowing down. They have a very slow approach in these T rounds. Overpass plays as the slowest map in the pool, really, especially when you've got Cloud9 on it. They're a methodical team. You heard God B mentioning just before this matchup, they have to try and beat this system that Cloud9 come into the server with.
Searson, as the smoke clears. Oh, he finds it. What a great flick.
That's fantastic.
Not a whole lot to see there as the smoke faded. He's found the opening kill. 5-on-4 again for Big.
Yeah, he's got laser vision right there to see that. Quick precision as well. 55 seconds. Once again, Cloud9 down a player. They slinked their way down the connector. 45 seconds. Again, running the clock down here, Cloud9. Going to be grouping up towards B. Potentially this move Hobbit's about to make on top of Axel could help open up a crucial kill, draw that player advantage back. Not getting any opportunities. There's starting to be a timer on this play.
Oh yeah, huge one. Molotov in towards Toxic Barrels. Hobbit looking for anything. Can't find it. Oh, the jumping shot does damage. He spotted the position of two players. He can call out that they're playing passive, that they're playing retake. So Inter steps up, finds a kill to access the bomb site. Hobbit adds on top of it. They need to watch the flank. That's an important trade. Exile and Inter's all chiming in. And just in the nick of time, they get the plants.
Cloud9 find everything needed. It is Searson that plays from heaven. No kid on his back. A 1 versus 3. Cloud9 feeling good about just sticking this one out. No opportunity being provided to Searson at all. No peek from him either. Not overextending, not wanting to fight this, and finally they will get something, but that is not exactly what Searson had in mind. A mouthful of lead thanks to Nafny.
Not at all. I like that they just double peek the Opper straight up like that, take it out of his hands. We've wanted to see Killer Instinct from Cloud9 for a long, long time now, and they're starting to really feel it. Good opening from Inters, good follow-up from Hobbit. And that's a 4v5 converted for Cloud9.
Perhaps an injection of confidence as well from yesterday's performance. The fact the crowd is on their side coming into this. But Big, it's the Ds, it's the P250. Not really much expected out of the Germans coming into this one.
Exile gonna start stepping in through the short tunnels. Spots it a little late, brought down to 23 health. Still alive and Spam not connecting. But he's gonna be forced into a more passive role. You can see him backing away already. Deep towards T spawn. He'll come back and pick up the bomb and join up with his teammates. Enters Nafny and Shiro starting to progress up highway, clear out bathrooms.
Cloud9 settling into this one well. Important rounds to pick up in the previous. This will put them back into the lead. They're walking around long, keeping the range against pistols.
Yeah, and Big has no idea this is coming. They've just gambled here. They're just going to stick around and they'll have no access into this. Decision will be made if they want to go for some exit kills, if they want to try and make a late rush to pick off some of these weapons and pick off some of these players, force some rebuys out of them, but shouldn't be a whole lot of elements of danger to actually lose this round if you're C9.
Bomb goes down. It's all about keeping it clean now for the T side. Flash at the ready, trying to unleash the forces of the CT side, but they run into their dead. Every kill is going for Cloud9. And Tapson will go down as well. As clean as you like it for Cloud9. And they now take the lead back. Big will have the buy again.
Yeah, they bought just enough in the previous round to make sure that they could still have rifles here and a pretty much full kits of utility. One thing they're missing, again, those kits, not yet on the board. And Nafny has an M4 against a lot of players who have no head armor as well. So keep your eye on that one also. 4-3 in the early going.
Again, Cloud9 establish connector control, forcing Tabson away. Bit of map control selected by Cloud9 early on. It's been taken without much of a fight. Oh, a little tap not too far away, taking a bit of health off of Tizian. Cloud9 just establishing some control on the map early. Force Big further and further back, and finally they get their chance to open it up with a kill.
That's a big weapon hitting the ground. That's the AWP. Tabson's gonna go for it.
Tabson in a tough spot. Nate goes through, softens him up a little bit, but Tabson's trying to get back in time.
Yeah, he's also got a teammate rotating over to help out. Actually, the entire defense shifting just back a little bit, just in case they want to make a play, just in case they want to be here quick. Hobbit, we're sneaking around the smoke. Crimbo's ready. Crimbo's ready with that one, but he's taking so much damage, and they still don't know the position of Tabson.
Tabson's still in bathroom, still in a strong spot. He's about to try and figure this out, trying to get in behind them. Tabson with the AWP can be in an awkward position, and Axel's going to turn and find the life of Tabson forced out of Big. Advantage siding with Cloud9. Crimbo looks to hold. Even on low health, he's able to get another, but Shiro has arrived to the site. It's just Favin Lights coming back up the stairway, and Cloud9 will continue to move through with a slower start, taking the control and cutting through the defensive Big.
And that's a perfect round to mention about what Gabi said about how uncomfortable it is. What are you supposed to do if you're Tabs and you have that up, you're on an island, you have no support, you're trying to push forward, you're listening to the sound cues, you hear them progressing towards the bomb site, you're trying to find some safety, some way to make a play, and all of a sudden Axel pops up out of nowhere. He was still chilling, ever patient. 2-round lead now for Cloud9. Talk about the leadership of Hobbit as well. The words he had for his teammates after their win yesterday against FaZe. Just saying it's obvious these guys are the future. They're incredible. It's just going to take time. It's going to take experience. But one day these guys are going to be winning championships. He's been such an important rock for this team throughout their growth over the past 2 years.
Just the experience, bringing him to the next level. Cloud9 again up against an eco of Big. They really are being given the start that'll let them settle into the semi-final. See them struggle time and time again in the playoff stages of Big lands. Maybe this is the one where Cloud9 finally break the curse. Maybe this is the one that gives them the confidence they need to become that top side we know they're capable of being.
Look, we've been talking this whole event about who's going to be the contender, who's going to be able to step up and challenge FaZe. If Cloud9's able to burn through Dallas and get that trophy lifted at the end of the day, they're not just contenders here in Dallas, they're contenders for good moving forward. That'll be the signal.
All it takes sometimes is an event like this to pick it up under your belt once you make that move. We've seen it in the past.
And oh God, have they had the red carpet laid out for him with all the stand-ins, all the issues.
Yeah.
Obviously knocking FaZe out. Hasn't been an easy red carpet, I should say.
Hometown support from C9. Axel trying to catch the movement through Monster. Only given just as he decided to move forward. Smoke will follow that.
He knows the spam was coming next as well, but you can see the idea is there. He wants to challenge. He wanted to find a play, find a fight, a duel through Monster early on in this round.
Axel now turns back to another area of control. His teammates will follow him. Big need the information. They get it from the jump spot. Crimbo sees a couple of players in towards water. A minute left. Shiro being sent forward as the forward prong to try and create the space to find the opening.
Gotta hold your nerve. Crimbo's got a Molotov into smoke as well. When does he want to put that out? There's the Molotov. Gonna try and clear out any presence here. That's extinguished by a smoke. Hit still not called in. Trigger not pulled on this execute. 40 seconds left in the round.
Hobbit has taken significant damage, down to 36 HP.
Audible's called. Audible's called. Shiro's going to stay in this position, hopefully pick off one player, but oh, that's a big spot for Searson. That's a huge spot for Searson.
Look how far the bomb is away. 25 seconds. If Searson can delay this, this might end in defeat for Cloud9 in this round. He's got teammates to help him. Taps has taken down Axel. Nafany falling as well. And this is more like it. The big wall has been put up. And Cloud9 unable to get through it this time around. A fourth round will be picked up for the CT side.
That's a great job on defense as well, holding on to as much utility as you possibly can. You spent the entire round just negating the plays that Exile wanted to make over towards Monster. A little bit of late utility in towards the short water really makes Cloud9 realize they don't want to go here. And a little bit of trickery from the crowd signs. Nicely done from Searson holding the angle. That's a big kill to get on Nafany as he called his team back. Another timeout taken. Second timeout for Cloud9 on the attacking side, up 6-4. They got money too. This is a very strong buy they're going to come in with this round. They've got another strong buy behind this. Big playing the game on nightmare mode for the moment.
And GoB firing them up in the timeout.
Someone's got to provide them energy.
Cloud9 come to the server once again with a solid purchase even after that round loss. The buy is still good. And Big realized that ahead of this. Tried a bit of a quicker maneuver last round. Got stopped by utility. We'll see if that becomes a factor here for Cloud9. There's the nade, going to be landing right. Ooh, just about dodges them. It does a little bit of damage, but nothing to write home about.
Big opening up with a heavy lean on defense. They'll shift it about 20 seconds in. Exile far back, looking for any pushes out of the B bomb site. They have control of the map, but just a slow-paced default at the moment. Nafany, the only one really probing, really having any kind of aggression.
Just using that flash. Oh, so quick from Searson. Unfortunately for Searson, it isn't the kill.
I can't believe that landed, though.
It is wild, isn't it? Double stack around the corner. Crimbo removes Nafany. The call for Cloud9 now. They have no control elsewhere.
Again, just perfect utility from Big once again, stopping the response cold. They really wanted to take advantage of this, and that smoke plumes at the perfect moment. What do you do now if you're C9? Big has started to move across the map. They're starting to get all the information. 25 seconds.
They keep running the clock so much. It's putting them into a tough position.
I think they have to save here.
Yeah, there's no margin for error here. You haven't gone, you haven't taken any ground.
Yeah, this one's done. There's no access. Shiro and Exile just going to chill. Same with Inters and Hobbit. You got to give props over to Big. GoB said they have to beat the system. It's about beating the system. They've done it here in these past 2 rounds with perfect utility usage.
Yeah, utility and patience is also the key.
It's easy to feel rattled against this team from experience, against teams that play this slow and play like this and just kind of have ratty little lurkers all across the map in different positions. It's so easy to kind of lose your mental game. It's so frustrating. Big's handling the pressure very well right now. They've won 2 in a row, and they've only lost 1 player in those final 2 rounds. Both of them timing Cloud9 completely out.
Problem is, that has to be a long-term thing. Cloud9 are the type of predator that will wait you out. They will follow you and bleed you out. It's all about the consistent patience. Shiro taking out Searson. Bets the German offer in this fight, and a bit quicker here for Cloud9. They realize they just can't sit back like they did prior. They've gone in, they've taken their kills, and this is a bit more dominant. Big have to try and pull it back. They have to find the answer. They're pushing to short with 2. Axel, he's found 1, but he's sticking around. His crosshair moves and gives Tizzy in the window. But it's still so much done for Cloud9 already, and they're hitting the site where Big are not at.
Yeah, this might have to be a round that it's Big who just saves the weapon and chooses to fight another day. Tapson's committed to the B bomb site, so is Tizzy, and they're not even going to consider it. 2 little changes in that round, obviously. We've seen Big. We talked about utility usage, playing patient. This time, Searson gets aggressive down the stairs. He's picked off by Shiro, and we've seen Exile for 2 or 3 rounds now trying to flirt with an early engagement at the B bomb site, usually through Monster. This time, he says, okay, your utility is going to be spent here. You're going to lock me out of Monster. I'll go to the other side. Finds a really early engagement, and Big just get picked apart. Cloud9 re-extend the lead to 2. It's going to be 7-5. And they're actually hunting down some of these weapons.
Looking to apply the pressure to Big. Remove every weapon. Be a disaster here for Big. Tizian's the only one really under a bit of pressure. Doesn't look like they're going to be moving forward too far at this point, so Big will hang on to them. And that's the cool thing about the Cloud9 side. When Axel's playing well, he adds another level to the team. They have the ability to speed things up sometimes. If he's having a good game, you can use him in the early round. You can get some of that early success and break apart your opponent.
So well done from Exile. Continuing his terror, continuing his performance from yesterday. Magnificent against FaZe.
Big continue to purchase. Has to be another round found for them. Molly in mid to prevent Cloud9 from moving quickly towards playground, but they go there anyway. Oh, the fight towards top mid has gone Big's way. Damage has been done onto another as well. Shiro at 45. And Hobbit out of there.
Things quiet down again, slow pace still. Whoever's holding that Rush B sign is going to be holding it for quite some time.
I don't know if you're ever going to see that out of Cloud9. Look like there's about to be an ult battle go down between Sirison and Shiro. Sirison has now shifted back and opened up a chance for Cloud9 to continue to move forward. Ooh, Shiro didn't have his teammate walk in front there. Perhaps he reacts in time, but information has been spotted upon that jump peak. 55 seconds, Big will start to ready themselves.
Yeah, they know it's coming now. That's brilliant information to find. Faster than Tizian even backed away. Shiro can't land the shot. They're going to fall right back into Sirison. He misses the opportunity as well. Small gap.
And that shot will ring out and give Axel the opportunity. He'll smell his blood. He wants it. The problem is here for Big, there's going to be an adjustment for Cloud9 late in this round. They're about to attack into the B site. It's only Fab, and he hears everything. He's calling for the reinforcements to get back here to try and bolster the defense. But Cloud9 move in with some ill intent. They might get there before it happens, but they've been relatively slow about this, and Big have got players down here. Tizian has stopped the bomb from getting to the site. Crimbo helping him out, and Cloud9 with 10 seconds left, desperately trying to cling on. But you have to go and get that bomb if you're Nafany. You have to start planting, and he is caught in the open. Slow to react there with a decision towards the end, and Big get back in time.
Yeah, not a bad rotation at all from Cloud9, but there's just, I mean, no way to cross that gap without a smoke there, without the proper flashbangs. They used everything to get out of Monster, and ooh, that would have been a great kill to find. That could have held the defense at A for a little bit longer. Too many players, Big having the perfect reads. They're playing a very strong game at the moment. 7-6, just one round separating the two teams.
Moving towards Monster. Smoke comes in to prevent vision. Severs the information flow. Cloud9 just want to bleed you out a little bit. They want to chip as much damage as they can before you really start to see them in the fights in these rounds. Nafany taking some control. Big have left a bit of a window open for the Cloud9 side, and they're going to use it.
They bypassed everything.
They are just getting so close,
Here's the problem, though. The bomb's not up there. The bomb's not with the front group. It's with the follow-up group. Shiro, everything to do.
Sound as well with the scope. He scoped a little bit further away, and Shiro is able to come back in. An important kill to find, but Shiro needs to move now with the rest of his side.
Oh, this is the frustration. You're not going to be ready for this.
Absolutely not. Axel the timing. He comes back. He spots it out. The kills come in for Cloud9. They spot a gap, and they just move with it.
There's always a rear guard. If you haven't seen Exile and they're headed towards the A bomb, so you have to know he's chilling. He's playing it so passively. That's twice now. He's had a huge, impactful kill.
What?
Okay, then. All right, Tizian.
There we go. He's even confused.
Yeah, he's like, sure, I'll take it.
Yeah, whatever. That happened. I mean, that's probably the only little win Big can get in this round.
Yeah, it's one of those, it's not going to make you too happy, but why not? It's 8 rounds for Cloud9, so they take a lead on the T side. They're going to have a lead into the second half regardless.
Impressive on the T side as well. You want to try and limit as many rounds as you can at this Cloud9 attacking side. They're looking for the big players. Haven't been able to find anybody. They hold on to their weapons to go to the next round. They'll try and filter out what they can for the last round of this first half. AWP for Sirison. Rifles out for Cloud9. They're looking for 9 rounds.
They can get it, but I think their main opponent that Big has had against Cloud9 has been the utility, and it's obviously that they've flushed with it this round. It's a pretty strong buy out of the defense. We'll see if they have the patience to stall him out again. Nicely done from C9 to be able to find success over towards the 8 bombs. They have success at both bomb sites so far in this game. Searson with the deep angle.
Crimbo though. Crimbo hasn't been checked. Only one for Crimbo. Would have loved a second out of that. But to take one, at least keeps Big within touching distance here. Searson gets a little bit unlucky on the unscope. Decides.
Ooh, Hobbit wants to challenge that.
He's running at the orb.
Yeah,
he's running at him. He's expecting him to fall back, and Hobbit, okay. Chases after Searson and takes him out of the round. Hobbit wants another one. He's pushing Cloud9 forward to this 9th round.
I've never seen Hobbit move so fast. He's laced up his Pumas. He's getting into the action. 8-6 in a 4-on-2 for Cloud9. A suffocating first half. Big has fought back so admirably. Favin and Tizian to try and recover, but they are so far away from the action.
Cloud9 towards the side. Plank getting locked in. But Big in a position where 2v4, you have to go for it, but winning this round is virtually impossible, especially with Shiro positioned where he is. He's got rifle support. Shiro goes out. One pick found. Favin quick to enter it back, but there's just too many players. And Cloud9 to 6 at the half. It's time for a short break. We'll see if Cloud9 can close their map pick after this.
Hey Future Pros! The map today is Overpass, a map all about taking territory. So here is a little nade set to help garner some control around the bathroom area. For this mini exec you'll need 1 smoke and 1 molly. To throw this smoke, stand in front of this flower. Aim to the sky and just to the right of the tower. Then just toss the smoke. The leaves move a lot, so try to learn this without using them to line this one up. To throw your molly, stand in the same spot and aim in line with the middle of this flower. Then aim just below the wooden section of the sandpit. Run forward for a good few steps, then jumping throw the molly while still running. And that's it! This utility set will gain you some space to edge your way to the A side, or just to keep the CTs guessing.
Yeah, I have a lot of faith in the team, and of course it was very hard to leave the Valorant team because I have a really good connection with them as well. Like, they're also my friends, and I also loved the game. It was nothing about Valorant that I left. It was just like I felt like the team needed me, and I also had a lot of fun doing it. And I felt also that the Valorant team and the roster was like, after like almost 1.5 years, 2 years, they were, you know, like they understood how I was thinking. And I, you know, like, need the bird fly on their own now. And I know it's hard for them, but I think they will be okay. So now I'm going to new adventures with this team, and I definitely believe 100% in the team. And I also love the atmosphere in the team, and that everyone is now very motivated. So yeah, that was also definitely a part of the decision, that I believe very much in the team, yeah.
coming in for Cloud9. They've secured themselves 9 rounds coming into the second half. Big going to be behind on 6 rounds. They tried to stable the storm, but you know, it really didn't feel like they could with the inevitability of the C9 players towards the end.
Look, they didn't do the worst job ever, but this is the whole point of this matchup is Cloud9 with the way they played yesterday, just overwhelming favorites, just an incredible opponent to go up against. I actually think Big did a very good job, but there's only so long you can block off players like Axile and Shiro. 10 kills on Shiro, 11 on Axile, even Hobbit's up at 12 kills. Great performance coming out of Cloud9. Big on this T side, it better be a masterclass. Gabi, known as a tactician, this might have to be one of his best game plans ever. 3-round lead.
Semi-final stage yet again. This time, Cloud9 looking to get off to the pistol start, but it's Crimbo that's taking Axel out.
Gonna put a lot of pace on this as well. Gain a lot of the map right off that 1 kill. Nafany's shifted over. He was excellent in this position, rotating over to the A bomb site. He's gonna have to do an incredible job. Flashbang for the sky.
Sends it up to the clouds as Nafany looks to take one down in front of him. Shiro rattling away. It's a couple coming out of the drop already, but Tapson's done a fantastic job at taking down 3. Hobbit now thrust into the clutch alone. A 1v3 for him to come back into this. Starting to make his way back in. It's 1 on a Favin, but Tapson with a masterful pistol round. 4 headshots collected and 7 rounds locked in for Big.
Yeah, that's a nice pistol. I mean, it helps obviously that you're able to pick off Axile so quick. If he's able to get away, you are much slower in progressing towards that A bomb site, but the kill gives you the confidence to keep moving forward. Cloud9 on the back foot in round number 2. They've invested in a singular flashbang in the hands of Hobbit.
Let's see what they can do with that. They're stacking the right side for the time being. So this is where you can maybe take away a few lives, a few rifles, force a few revives. Tizian smells the eco kills and starts to run straight in towards the side. Inter sees this opportunity. The flash actually from Searson allowing that pick to come through. And Shiro's got another one. A couple of kills starting to come through and damage on the Crimbo. Not like this Big, surely not. Inter has a rifle. Damage done. And a sigh of relief coming in for the Big side.
You can see they did so much work with the USBs, but they knew they wanted to upgrade those to rifles on the ground. Overextended just a little. That Galil not able to complete the kill in short water. 9-8. Big is closing the gap off the pistol. That is not the engagement that Cloud9 wanted with that flashbang. Hobbit had no chance to deploy it. He looks at the corner, gets the information, and they're already in his face. Round 18, but M4 is out across the board for C9.
See the economic ramifications of that. Previous round likely come through from Big 2. You can see a couple of weaknesses here already. Residual cash, not really that. It's quite quick here from Big in terms of taking control. Tizian, look at this, unleashing with a MAC-10, but unfortunately for him, not able to get anything. Axel will double up. Spots the bomb as well, Jason, so a lot of information picked up there.
Yeah, good damage as well. Nicely done from him and Shiro. 2 for 1. They'll take that all day. Nafany and Shiro out to defend the A bomb site deep in the site itself. Shiro playing at a headshot angle with a low HP. Inters and Hobbit still have felt no pressure whatsoever. And Big's gonna start progressing across the map. 3 smokes, a Molotov, and 3 flashbangs to bust up this defense.
Nafany decides to play with a gap in the truck. A difficult angle, but they duck underneath it. Nafany now takes that information, but unable to really fight. Favin will clear him out and give an opportunity to Big. Commitment to the plant, a chance for Shiro. Swings out from the bank to the headshot on Favin. Shiro held back by utility. They're being repelled right now on the Cloud9 side, and they have to be delayed. They have to be forced back for Big.
No kits.
The longer they take, the less chance there is to close this one out for Cloud9. The boost attempted over the top, but it's discipline coming in from Crimbo and aggression from Searson. Moving through the bank to pull the kill back, and finally they start to move with the time. It's ticking, and Crimbo, he's taking himself a fright, but is there going to be time?
Nope.
There just isn't. Cloud9 will not be taking this one. They take too long. No opportunities given to them. No opportunities found, and Big tie it up.
The clean take of the bomb site from Big, so nice, smooth, and easy. Allows them to have so much utility. Molotov into bank, smoke on top of that. Smoke at the headshot angle towards the top of the stairs. It delays this retake so much, and without kits, that spells doom. They even get the kills, just not able to have the time. And we're all tied up.
Decisions ahead. It's a tech issue right now, so we're hopefully getting that resolved as quickly as possible and getting back into the action. But for Cloud9, you take a look at their money after that round. They're seeing around 3K average. You can invest a couple of upgraded pistols. That's after buying Kevlar as well here on a few, so it'll still be a difficult task ahead for Big.
No, but this is great. I mean, for a big team that put up a pretty decent defense in the first half and still came out, down 3 rounds, this is a phenomenal start to the second half. They've got to be very, very pleased with that as we work through some mic issues real quick. What a surprise it would be from Big if they're able to somehow contend and take this semifinal away from Cloud9.
I don't think that was a team anybody really expected to do that coming into this event.
Big is such a hard team to read. Like, give you the event that gives you some hope, and the next event kind of flounders a little bit. So they're still a team like with danger, quite obviously, but still searching for the consistency to be able to deliver it event in and event out.
Perhaps God B can provide that consistency from this point forward. A result here certainly go a long way in establishing some of that, but right back into the action. Cloud9 onto a rifle, a couple of upgraded pistols. The rifle there alongside it. They're under a bit of pressure here. Tamsin and Sirison doing very well to dispel the first 2 players of this Cloud9 defense.
Yeah, and Anthony just trying to activate Shiro with the M4. They're hoping for a 1-for-1 trade there. They're hoping maybe it's just going to be a lone player, but so many bodies from Big had arrived, including the AWP. Exile's Deagle, the next point of danger.
Haven't had to walk into him, and now they've spotted him out. The rifle's primed upon him. Minute left. Big just slow as they move forward. These pieces of utility being burned out now for Cloud9. Still just under a minute left.
Yeah, but Exile's doing a great job of harassing and even just finding information, making sure they always know where Big is, making sure they know if they move to the other side of the map. Still a very small chance that Cloud9's going to be able to convert this round, but it would start with an Exile Deagle, and even that might be slipping away.
Oh, we'll clear it out. Axel's gone. He's just into the defense of the rifle, but effective here from Big as they head into the lead. They're giving us a semi-final here, Big, on this map. Maybe Cloud9 will start to sweat even further. T-side timeout coming through for Big. Ahead of this one, they do not want to drop the ball when it comes to the gun rounds.
This is Cloud9's map pick, a little conversation on the desk of giving up on Vertigo, choosing to go here. Cloud9's defense is going to have another crack at it. AWP is going to be in the hands of Shiro. M4 is picked up, utility picked up. They've got a kit this time. But Big starting this second half on a 4-0 run, establishing some early success.
Round 20 gets underway. This is where we really get to see what Big's T-side has in store for us. Up against the buys of the Cloud9 side. Proficients on the CT side. No approach from Big. Positioned. Con. Surrounding areas. Utility being used up early for Cloud9. Take a look at the setup for them as well. Heavy numbers in this side of the map. Committed as well. Shiro might be tested soon. Holds. Flick is on up. Inaccurate to bring down the player. They now hit the 55-second mark.
He's standing his ground, though. He hasn't budged, so he's going to be able to call out. Nothing's coming in this way. At least he has one point of attack towards the A-bomb site covered. Favin trying to get activated. Peeking. 40 seconds left on the clock.
Really getting into the tense moment. Big need to make their decision soon. Commitment is evident to us as to where they want to finish this one. Utility starts to come on through. Favin rips open the first. Enters, goes down. He can't quite double up, but the spacing is good enough to unveil a second kill for Tapsin. And they're on the side, committing to the plant. Nafny had an opportunity, but no kill found. And Big are battling forward into the B site and locking Cloud9 out. 11 rounds on the T side.
One of the stories the desk had too was this kind of in-game leader battle between Nafny and Tapsin. And Tapsin's calling a fantastic game. This round was absolutely perfect from Big. You apply enough pressure towards that A bomb site, you give enough information that you're here, you're bringing the attack, and you shift so quickly. Not enough utility for Cloud9's B defense at the end of this round. They couldn't extinguish the Molotov and Toxic Barrels. That took out Inters. Hobbit can only go 1 for 1. That's a perfect strike from Big, start to finish in the round.
And Tapsin individually performing well. Topping the charts with his team. And also just topping the server equal with Hobbit in terms of kills.
2-round lead for Big. That's got to be a shocking result to have them in the lead after what we saw yesterday. Doing it in a hostile environment as well. Another timeout is called. It's Cloud9. It's their third. They want to talk things over. They have yet to put a stop to this Big offense. 5 rounds straight now for the attacking side on Overpass. Opening map of this semifinal. The winner of this series goes on to play Ents, who had a nice 2-0 victory over Furia earlier today. Groove looks calm, at the very least. He's chilling.
Never really does get too emotional, Groove, does he? He's always in the zone. Got to be given some real love to his team. But 11-9. Big look to try and continue their lead, to build upon it. And Cloud9 need to break it now. Gathering up in numbers for the artillery strike to come through again. No one there. Really get damaged by it. Cloud9 are elsewhere.
Oh, this is an interesting defensive setup for Big to have to figure out. I don't know how you do.
I think you just walk into it.
Yeah, I think that the only way to find out is to spring it. Let's see what happens.
Oh, here we go. This could be a bloodbath, but timing for Shiro to fall back is giving Big a good chance. The barrel around the corner. Axel's gun is too long, and Tapsin finds him. They're starting to break this apart. This was so strong for Cloud9 as they test long. They find Hobbit. He's stuck now. He's under a lot of pressure, and he's going to see so many players coming around the corner. That's information passed on. Cloud9 need to adapt. They need to adjust to the information that's passed forward, but they're worried.
The setup is still decently strong, though. Big has not passed by all the danger. 11-9, 43 seconds on the clock in round 21. Nafny still in play. Shiro still in play.
Not a lot of time here. And a lot of traps still laid. Nafny wanted it. Starts to peek out. Headshot connected onto Tizian. Back spotted. Favin hunting him down. Nafny doesn't read the second player, and so therefore goes down, putting more pressure onto the shoulders of Shiro. Interest is coming around the backside, and Shiro just doesn't hold. Interest has everything to do. MP9 in hand, little peek out, but the instant trade from Crimbo.
This is so nice from Big right now. This is magnificent. Even Shiro inside the bomb site had no chance of being involved in the action. So many Molotovs, so many flashbangs thrown. He was blinded, didn't realize how close they were getting. Cloud9's only got 1 timeout left, and they've got to figure out a lot.
They've had a couple used up to no avail, right? You've had buy rounds, you've had opportunities in the second half. But this T side is looking so strong from Big.
Crimbo taking an absolutely disgusting route in the front of dice boxes to wrap around Shiro and completely negate his angle. Another chance for Cloud9. Hobbit's going to be aggressive around the smoke. Favin's got that one. The op can't trade it. The op can't spam into the smoke. The M4 steps up, and Nafny finds 1 kill. They're going to start pushing through Monster. There goes Inters.
The kills keep coming for Crimbo. The double, Inters and Nafny down. And that's a lot of space being picked up from the young man showing up on the stage. No nerves for this guy. Axel alone, Cloud9 just have to stomach another loss.
This might be the conversation, the point where we have the conversation. Cloud9, that big win over FaZe. We've talked so much about how it can infuse the next level of confidence, but do they emotionally peak too early? Do you feel like that's too much of a victory to really settle yourself down for the next follow-up match? Big is wiping them out of this server. This is going to be 7 rounds straight.
Just blow all your dopamine in one matchup. The adrenaline crash heading into the next. When you're playing against a team like Big, they're not going to allow it to fall into the depths of individual skirmishes and battles. You're going to have to deal with a hardcore game plan and tactical Counter-Strike.
Look at the smiles, look at the connection between Gabi and Tapson. That coach and game leader relationship has got to be so strong.
Once upon a time, Miko played here in North America together too. This is fantastic stuff from Big. Cloud9, a timeout called again.
Yeah, the final timeout. This is the last conversation Groove can have, and he needs to settle the boys down.
You know you're 3 rounds away from losing this map. You look at your purchase available coming into this round and it doesn't inspire you, it doesn't fill you with confidence. You feel like your chances need to come in the later round.
This is either going to be a crushing upset for Cloud9 or this is going to be a wake-up call here on Overpass. And Cloud9's hoping the wake-up call has already happened. But the wake-up call, the alarm goes off at 13-9. They can start recovering and start building back into this. Big is having all the answers.
Cloud9 come to this round with a half investment, upgraded pistols, a few pieces of utility. Seriously, with the lights turning. Holds the early spot, but the smoke will cover him off. Favin's taking good control here. Fantastic control, in fact. He's got Crimbo alongside him to set up the distraction and pull the attention. Should be able to find him, but even then, not needed. Crimbo to take Nafany's life away. Give Big the first kill of the round.
What a game Crimbo's having. He's up to 20 frags. Might be able to add a few more onto it when all is said and done in this round. Still pressuring this B bomb site. Hesitating to make the final step forward. There is defense here. Axile's going to start making a play as we switch over to his perspective. We'll see if it happens in time. Shiro, Inters, and Hobbit have to delay. But against AK-47s, how do you do that? How do you do it with just pistols, with just CZ and Deagles? And the answer is, you really don't. Shiro, last one left. He goes down. Crimbo now up to 22.
And it's incredible to see Crimbo step into this team because for the longest time, the conversation around German Counter-Strike was, there's no new players coming up. The barrel seems very thin in terms of who you can pull up. And this feels like the last batch. It felt like Favin was the only other option. When Searson finally came into the team, you got rid of Kito, who is available, and they found Crimbo. And what a revelation he's been so far. Let's see if he can keep it up throughout this semi-final.
Misspoke as well. Crimbo's up to only 21 kills. Still a pretty admirable performance. They're going to be happy with that.
You're likely speaking from the future.
Yeah, that's fair. He'll be at 22 at some point. All right, Cloud9, perhaps your final chance to get into this map.
There's the pick from Axel. That's a commitment from Tapson. Just sprinting out long and alone. Gets taken out. Big will have to play this round, a player down. But at least it is the IGL can watch upon the 4 screens. Utility at the ready for Cloud9 to delay. They're set up to deal with this. A minute left on the clock. Big still no decision to go yet.
Well, at least Cloud9 gets to play with an advantage for perhaps the first time in this half. Have something going for him. Late smoke, late Molotov to delay as much as possible. Crimbo's gonna step in front of it though, it's way too deep, and here comes the hit.
Here comes his 22nd kill. Now locked in, Hobbit's gone. Crimbo's now moving forward, the rest of his forces, they need to take out Inters. Flash is good, Inters down. Now Nafany's the second player to have to step up from the back of the site. Time is ticking here for Big, and the player is still down. 20 seconds left. Tizian starts to move forward. Watch the shadow get peeked.
No way.
No way, Tizian. He can bring down both. With the bomb now loose. It's all on Searson, and he is caught. Cloud9 with a crucial round that'll bring them to 10.
They needed it. God, did they need it. This map was done with if they don't have that round, and Tizian almost pulls it back. That would have been an incredible transfer. Crimbo is just a beast right now. A beautiful entry. Inter's at the off angle going 1 for 1. This was the spray down that might have solved everything. He got Shiro but could not complete Nafany, who held so strong in this position for the entire round. That was key.
Immediately after the round, lost big have called the tactical timeout. Gobi has his say again. You realize when you put yourself in a position at 14-10, you have to take those opportunities in front of you. To take your opponent's map pick away is an absolute luxury in a semi-final.
And you definitely don't want to let Cloud9 get back into this. You definitely don't want them to catch any kind of momentum, and that seems obvious, but especially with the crowd against them as well. It's just, let's end this where we can. Let's move on to map 2. Oh, Searson! The boost executed perfectly.
It's so damn quick. German efficiency at its finest. Hobbit positions to pull it back. The feet spotted. Favin's boots will give him away. And the push into the B site. Nafany looks to hold it. Crimbo once again.
Hobbit's way too low for that engagement. He's way too low in HP for it. Ooh, Exile, you better watch out. You better be careful. And Searson has all the information he needs. All the information, but a missed shot. A missed shot.
And you can't afford to miss like that in this situation. Those kills make the difference. The bomb goes down for big. tabseN and Crimbo looking to pull it off. The difference in experience, the brothers in arms. It is just Crimbo left to do it all. One kill found. Looks back to the monster play, the low HP of Hobbit. It is found, and Crimbo, the young man, is looking to pull off the clutch. The block is pulled. He's down to 2. Oh! And Crimbo, in the city of the Mavericks, he is proving he is the top gun.
I cannot believe he's just gotten that. Was that a burst fire?
Just pulls out the Glock.
That's so unbelievable. 1v3 for Crimbo. What can he not do for big in this game, and even makes up for this miss? That could have been a disaster, and Searson knows it. Galbi giving him a pat on the shoulder to calm him down, but Crimbo steps up.
It's just incredible. What a performance, a semi-final. He's played nothing like this before. You're stepping up against one of the best teams in the world.
That's a burst fire.
And just burst firing the head off.
The one-time burst fire works. What a time for it. 15-10.
That is going to feel crushing for Cloud9.
That was it. They had the leg in. They had the chance. The window opened just slightly, and it gets slammed shut. 9-1 run in the second half for big. The offense firing on all cylinders. Cloud9 has not been able to figure it out. Yesterday against FaZe, it was a lockdown defense. Not today.
Molly clears out Divider. Cloud9 nowhere near it. It's passive. Recessive, giving big control. Letting big take the time, be methodical. And approach closer to their 16th round. The first engagement soon to be had. Hobbit revealing his opponent, strikes in for the connector and back into his lair.
I like that he didn't go for more. I like that he's not trying to overextend and be the hero. Shiro gonna step in. Exile still alive. Now a crossfire. They have to swing to take that fight. Give Shiro an opportunity. Just 1 for 1. tabseN and Searson. Bomb's gonna be planted back of dice boxes, away from the danger of Hobbit, but exposed to the spam of Nafany. Searson's brought down, and there's Hobbit to strike from behind. It's all on tabseN.
Hop up on the truck. Nafany's down. tabseN looking to close it with the ace clutch. Every single kill could go his way. tabseN is another one, but can't quite capitalize upon the final frag. It will be Cloud9 to survive for at least another. Hobbit with the experience is closes 11.
Yeah, triple kill for Hobbit in the round. He saved the day here for Cloud9. But man, just one of the other great win conditions that Big have with such a lead. You lean on the economy, you make it hurt. You make Cloud9 have to invest in these rounds with only one player surviving. And AWP is passed over, but some of these players are going to be relegated down to some sketchier weapons. Hobbit's got an M4, FAMAS on Nafany, MP9 on Inters. No kits picked up for the Cloud9 side. They're trying to limp back into a comeback.
Big taking connector again. Favin swiftly moving through water, snatching control for Big incredibly early in the round. Hobbit looking to challenge, and he's come out with a kill. Favin out of there. Big will have to convert this in a 4v5 fashion, and they pulled it back. 4v4 right away, thanks to Tizian.
Fortunate on the spam. Hobbit's going to be frustrated with that one. He's all the way in the back of the B bomb site. Gets taken down. Crimbo leading the charge for his team, moving up, gaining space, gaining ground. You've got Nafany and Exile on defense.
Axel holds, taps in, comes around the corner, and Axel brings Tabson down. Nafany silences Crimbo, and it's on to Tizian and Searson, who then drop back through connector looking for a window.
They've got to make this play quickly. If they're going to actually try and go for this, 43 seconds on the clock, it's got to be right now, but they're backing all the way off. The money is starting to hurt for Big. Cloud9 have regained some semblance of control in the map. They can upgrade some weaponry as well. What a great hold from Exile and Nafany. Split. One long, one at truck, and they both win their isolated fights. We're not done yet.
We are absolutely not done yet. The coaches exhausting many of their timeouts. Cloud9 everything, but they are starting their comeback into this.
It's going to be another buy in the next round. I mean, they're going to get that $2,400 losing bonus. They're going to be able to pick up a few more AK-47s. It's all a question. Does Big want to invest in the next round right on the edge, or do they kind of want to drop down to a half buy and set themselves up for the future, for the later stages? 3 rounds left to play with. 3 rounds left for Big to overcome Cloud9 on the opening map.
They are scrapping together what they can to bring to this round on the Big side of things. A Deagle for Favin, Galil for Taps, and 8Ks and AWP for the rest. Shot to break it all down for Cloud9. Goes soaring in.
Deep nade. Very passive from both teams to open things up, although Cloud9 does have heavy presence and starting to gather information. Exile again is going to be challenged. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. I don't know how he missed that one, but Exile doesn't even realize how much danger he's in. First shot is his. Second, he's doubled up. That's the bomb on the floor as well. Does he want one more? Flashed in, and Searson's got him. Shuts him down blind.
Axel thrives in the danger zone, and Tizian starts to make his way forward. Hobbit beginning to come around the other side. Tizian has no idea, and Hobbit will sentence him to death. 55 seconds, Big once again at a significant deficit. And they start to back away once more. Cloud9 have them trapped though. If you go back all the way through long, you're going to be watched. If you go through the bathroom, Shiro has you locked in.
This is suffocating from C9. This is them wanting to take all the guns away. They have to know the money's starting to run low for Big. It's been 3 of the last 4 in the favor of Cloud9. It'd be great if they could have these weapons. Hobbit's going to have a chance. There's the first immediate headshot. Off on the ground, Hobbit's got it as well. Both of them. Triple kill for Hobbit. Back-to-back triple kills for Hobbit as well.
Well, looks like you're going to be heading to round 30. When you look at what Big will be able to bring to this round, you cannot help but feel Cloud9 should be taking this and pushing us all the way.
You want to talk about the growth of Cloud9 as well, because it's been a topic of conversation. Certainly, this is one of those matches where we would have seen them fade out disappointingly previously. Big would have just overcome them, and they show some real fortitude making this comeback happen. Axile hears the footsteps, Nate in, that's going to do great damage, turns around for the fight, gets one, sticks around a bit more, runs into the bench, flashbang from a teammate, Axile doing everything, standing tall, a juggernaut, an unstoppable force, he's got another, and Hobbit has come in at the perfect time. Eventually he's gone down, but the damage is done, the round is over, we're going to all 30.
And Cloud9 have got to be feeling energized now. The crowd support is theirs, the comeback, the momentum, everything is on their side for the time being. They may be behind by one round, but that can quickly change. Big have one last chance to close this in regulation. One last chance to take Cloud9's map pick away from them in this semi-final. There's been heroics from the likes of Crimbo. There's been massive performances from tabseN, but it could all be in vain.
They've switched into a double-up setup, but Exile's left himself at M4 back at the early entrance towards long, so he can swap out if it's needed, if he feels the pressure. He's going to have a deep angle. A lot of information towards long. Gives Cloud9 some confidence to stack Hobbit. He's been so good. Oh, he somehow wins it! I have no idea. He was blind. I thought he was out, but again, caught by spam.
The kill back again. Who else but Crimbo? Another kill added to his tally in this semi-final matchup.
27 for Crimbo, 27 for Hobbit in regulation.
Enters, walks to water. Shiro to collect the frag upon Tizian. Big of the walking wounded. The player deficit once again. tabseN snatches it back. Plenty more needed. Enters position known from the early engagement. And tabseN leading by example. A headshot right through the heavens. Axel looking to rain hellfire down below. But currently being held away. Nade searches in. Axel coming back from heaven. Searson's advanced in this position. The missed shot though, and that could cost him. 2 versus 2. Inter's coming back to reposition, but tabseN's doing absolutely everything he can, and it will be Big. Big will take Overpass. They have map 1 of the semifinals.
And who better to get that final kill than Crimbo? Cloud9 an incredible comeback, flirting with overtime, but Big, so impressive both sides of the map. That is a fantastic steal away. Gabi's got to be proud. Map 1 goes to Big. Cloud9's going to have to fight back, headed to a break, and then we'll finish these semifinals coming up.